What's up, guys? I just got back from watching Trap. This movie fucking sucked. Bad. Very bad. I'll tell you. The last M. Night Shyamalan movie I went to go see was Glass, and I remember being let down by that. That's the only thing I remember about that movie, is just being disappointed. So, I remember seeing the trailers for this film and thinking, ooh, Josh Hartnett? This could be good. And then I seen by M. Night Shyamalan, and I'm like, I don't know about that one. And then they revealed that he's like a killer, and he's going to like a concert, and the concert is set up to trap him, the killer. I'm like, why would they reveal that in the trailer? It seems like something that they would like say for like an ending twist or something like that. But no, they reveal that in the trailer. So I'm like, that's interesting. If they reveal that in the trailer, what are they hiding? What are they concealing for when you actually watch the film? So I went into this just for basically Josh Hartnett, and I was curious to see what M. Night Shyamalan was going to put out with this. And then I was curious why they like revealed that in the trailer. So as the movie starts, I'm already, it's M. Night Shyamalan, so I'm compiling conspiracy theories in my head. I'm like, all right, this might be a multifaceted, like, split personality where some people aren't actually real, they're just figments of his imagination, or he's, like, doing different things. Or maybe the twist is that there's no twist. Maybe that's what's going on. But as the movie went on, I was just like, no, this movie's not smart at all. This movie feels like it's made for, like, fucking 12-year-olds to be like, oh, wow. This movie has like payoffs, but they're set up so fucking horribly. If you're not familiar with Chekhov's gun is I forget what it's called. How would I say? It's a thing that people refer to where Chekhov's gun is basically if you show a gun early in the movie, you have to show that gun firing. Basically, it's a metaphor for setting something up and paying it off. This movie has setup and payoff, but it's basically like if they show you a water gun and then you just like you expect it to be like, but instead it's like, and you're like, what? This makes no sense. I don't know how to. And then you're just like sitting there discombobulated and disappointed. You're like, wow, this is something. This is something to behold. So I was also bored as fuck in the first half because basically the whole first half of the movie is in the trailer. They show you like all the highlights of the first half in the trailer. So I was like, and most of it's like you just like sitting there watching a concert. And I hate this type of like, I hate mainstream like pop music. That shit makes my fucking ears bleed. No, really, but it just annoys the fuck out of me. I don't enjoy the formula of like mainstream pop music. It's just so boring and generic to me. So the fact that I was sat there forced to like engage with this, I was just like, and then all of a sudden Russ appears for some goddamn reason. I'm like, what the fuck? Why is Russ in this goddamn movie? That threw me through a loop. I was sitting there just like, and I was like, Russ? What the fuck? I mean, it makes sense, but I was just like, that's weird. And then all of a sudden, Kid Cudi appears, and I'm like, I was sitting there again like, what? The fuck is he doing in here? So that threw me through a loop too. But yeah, I don't know. For the first time I noticed like the shitty setup and payoff is when he puts like some shit inside of the fryer, because they show you he looks at the fryer and you're like, oh, he's good, because they show that in the trailer too. You're like, oh, he's gonna put some shit in the fryer to create a distraction. But they don't show him do that. They literally just show him look at it and then turn the fucking thing on. They don't show you how he gets in there without anyone being like, that's weird, he doesn't work there, and he just put these vials into the fryer and then turn that up. No, they don't show any of that. They just show, and then all of a sudden the girl goes over it, and she gets fucking oil splashed in her face, and no one's just like, huh, that was kind of weird that dude just walked in there and did all that. And there's, like, literally the movie is riddled with shit like that. And I'm gonna get into spoilers, too. Because at the end, oh my god, this shit was so fucking dumb. Because when they arrest him, He's like, oh, because they show that he has like OCD, which has like no fucking effect on the film aside from like this one moment probably where he's like, oh, I got OCD, so I gotta like make sure everything's all spick and span, and then they're like walking him out in handcuffs, and the bike's like knocked over in the front yard, and then he's like, will you allow me? So then he fucking picks it up, and you're just like, he stole some shit off that goddamn bike, but they don't. Because what he steals the fucking like one of the spokes from the bike, but that would have been you would have heard that shit. You would have heard, tink, you know what I mean? You would have heard it. You would have seen it, and everyone's there from different angles. But no, he somehow manages by the fucking grace of God or Satan or whoever the fuck he prays to steal the spoke, and then the movie ends with him. As he's like undoing the handcuffs. You're just sitting there, just like. Thrown through a goddamn loop. Just like, wow, that was awful. And then they have a post-credit scene that's supposed to be funny. I laughed because I didn't want to be the only one that laughed because there was 3 other people in the movie theater and they're like, and I was just like, I just want to go home. So, oh my god, there is a twist in this movie. But it suffers from the same horrible setup that every other setup suffers in this movie. Where, because in the beginning of the movie, I'm like, okay, so he's the killer. What's the mom doing? Is the mom dead? What's going on with the mom? They reveal that the mom is actually the one that set him up. Because they don't tell you till later in the movie that how, because they just say, oh, the FBI knows he's here. And I'm like, how the fuck do the FBI know that? And 2, why are they committing so many fucking resources to, like, literally, like, so many fucking cops and FBI people are at this concert. I'm just like, dude, this is a whole ass undertaking for this dude. Like, sure, he's a serial killer, but I could not suspend my disbelief that they would commit that many resources to catching someone like this in such one of the stupidest ways. Like, I was just like, no. This is dumb as shit. And their whole procedures and shit, I was just like, this is dumb as shit, bro. Ain't no way. So anyways, they revealed that they found out that he was going to be at the concert because they found a ripped receipt for a ticket at one of his, like, stash houses or whatever. And they revealed that the mom is the one that did that because she suspected that he was like some serial killer because she could tell that the fucking chemicals on his clothes weren't from the firehouse that he works at, but were from like a hospital. And she was like, it was, God, it was so stupid. It was so stupid. Yeah, that's when I was just like, this is the twist. Like, literally came out of nowhere. Like, there's nothing, like, if you watch the first, like, 15 minutes of the movie, literally, you would have nothing to go off of like, what the twist would be. And I was just, like, sitting there. And then, this is what really threw me, too. So, the FBI basically knows he's there with the wife. So they basically use the wife as bait to get him. And I'm just like, dude, ain't no way they would ever fucking put a civilian's life to catch somebody like this. This is so stupid. Because even if they did, say they did, they let that shit get so far. They let this man take off his shirt. They let this man go over to her with the goddamn cleaver. I'm just like, bro, where is the sniper team? Why is no one having their laser beam through the goddamn window, like, ready to take this motherfucker out? So, instead of doing the sensible thing, they're like, okay, let's let him, like, take his shirt off and, like, get all threatening. But don't worry, because I know the psychology of the killer. So I'm going to pretend to be his mother, and then I'm going to go to the doorway. This was actually a cool shot because it actually was creepy how they framed it, the lady. There's something about just, like, older women being framed like that where it's just, like, the silhouette. You just see, like, their hair, and then it's just, like, a void of blood. The way that was shot, I was like, dude, that's good. That's good. That was the only moment in the movie where I was like, that's good. I like that. But yeah, she's just standing there in the doorway pretending to be his mom, and I'm just like, is this like a hallucination? Did the wife poison his cake or something? I don't know what's going on. No, this was all a ploy to lure him into the living room where they can take him out with non-lethal means, even though he's carrying a cleaver. So the first dude tases him. He's like, and he's like, and then he's like, and then he runs over and he fucking plunges this dude's eyes into his fucking skull. And I'm just like, wow, where's the lethal tactics? Like, you let your agent just get fucking his eyes gouged out. Wow, good job. And then they tase him again. He's like, and then he starts attacking someone else. And then they tase him again. He's like, and then he falls down. And I'm just like, that was so stupid. That was so stupid. Oh my god, threw me through a loop like 80 times. By the time I was out of this movie, I was just like concussed with stupidity. By stupidity, I was just like, oh, I felt like I got lobotomized. God, it was so horrible. It was so awful. This movie was so awful. There's not even any likable characters, man. Like, because you're supposed to, like, I mean, it's interesting, like, kind of, that, like, you're watching, like, the killer and you're trying to, like, see him do some Hannibal Lecter shit where he's, like, outsmarting people, but the setups and payoffs were awful. And then you got the Lady Raven person, which, like, you don't even give a fuck about. And then, yeah, you get the scene where she goes to, like, the house, and then out of nowhere she's like, oh, I gotta take your phone and go to the bathroom. And then that whole scene was god fucking stupid too. Oh my god. Yeah, there's like this movie is just confused, and it left me feeling confused, and it left me feeling like I lost like 10 fucking brain cells. God, that was fucking awful. Way worse than I was ever anticipating, to be honest. Way, way worse than I was ever anticipating. Jesus fuck. If you manage to get any sort of enjoyment out of this, God bless you, man. God fucking bless you. Cause man, man. I was like beyond. Like, I was going into it expecting to be disappointed, but I was not expecting to feel like this. Just like absolutely, just like, man, you screwed the pooch. You screwed the goddamn pooch. I mean, fuck. Yeah. If I could sum this movie up with one expression, it would just be utter depressing disappointment. Not regular disappointment, just depressed disappointment. The type of disappointment where you're just left like, why did you even try? Why did you even try? I'm a firm believer of like, try. You know what I mean? That's a lot. It takes a lot to try. But this one, I was just left feeling like, why did you even try? Why? This was dog shit, dog. This was fucking dog shit. Horrible. Please don't even try again. I would say, oh, you could have done better here. Try again. No, this one was like, don't even try again, bruh. Don't even try again. No one wants to see this shit. This was awful. Ugh. I paid money for that shit, man. I could have just sailed the fucking seas on the internet, if you know what I'm saying. Dog shit. Anyways, if you guys felt the same way I felt, let me know in the comments. If you think I'm wrong or stupid, let me know in the comments. I don't know, man. That's all I gotta say.